Morgan Wallen recently shocked everyone with something pretty huge. He announced that he's got a new album on the way, and what he revealed about the project will shock you. Morgan took to his social media to announce that his highly anticipated new album, titled One Thing at a Time, will be coming very soon. This album will be his third official studio project. Morgan acknowledged in the post that this announcement has been a long time coming, and he apparently knows that people have been waiting patiently for it. But now, the album is finally available for pre-order. Morgan has more good news for his loyal followers. With his album announcement, he also released 3 brand new songs. He said that this was a way for him to celebrate the big news. The songs are titled Last Night, Everything I Love, and I Wrote the Book. The album One Thing at a Time is supposed to be kind of a showcase for Morgan's wide range of musical influences and talent. We all know that Morgan has a deep love for country music, but he's also been inspired by rock and hip-hop. And he's apparently hoping that people will be able to hear that in these new songs. In a press release, Morgan also said that this new album represented the last few years of his life, which had been very tumultuous. He had some very high highs and about the lowest lows you could possibly imagine. But more than that, the album would apparently bring together all those musical influences that have shaped him as an artist and helped contribute to the sound that made him a superstar. He wants to pay respect to all the country, alternative, and hip-hop artists who have helped inspire him over the years with a project that really sounds like all those influences combined. Honestly, it's pretty easy to imagine all of those sounds and styles overpowering one another, but if he's able to get the balance right, the album could be an instant classic. Morgan is nothing if not himself. Love it or hate it, and he says that this project is no different. He says he always does his best to just tell it like it is. That's what he'll be doing with this album too. Morgan says that for better or for worse, telling his story the way he sees it in an honest fashion is all he knows how to do. And he hopes that this album connects with people in more ways than one. He wants his fans to feel proud of his journey and accomplishments. He wants the listeners to be able to laugh along with the happy parts, smirk when he's joking with them, cry when he's got tears in his eyes in the recording booth, and to genuinely just give them something to think about. Morgan claims that this album has made him do all those things, and he's looking forward to others getting the same experience. But that's not even the most surprising thing about this album. The album, which will come out on March 3rd, will feature a staggering 36 songs. That's basically 3 albums worth of music. But you can't expect him to make an album that big all by himself, especially in the highly collaborative world of country music. Morgan's new project will feature duets with mega country stars like Eric Church, Hardy, and Ernest. In addition to those heavy hitters, Morgan's sister, Ashlyn, will also be featured on the album. She sings harmonies on a song titled Outlook. And honestly, it's pretty sweet that Morgan thought of putting his sister on the album. Plus, if she got a songwriting credit, which is customary in country music, that means she'll get residual checks from every album sale and stream. So Morgan's really looking out for his family in more ways than one. But Morgan actually said that having his sister sing harmonies was by no means a business decision. He said that he grew up in church and would often sing 3-part harmonies with his 2 sisters. Like so many other singers and musicians, this was actually how Morgan first got his start and really learned how to sing. So having a sister on the album doing the same thing they would do together in church as children is kind of a real full circle moment. This new massive album with 36 songs comes hot on the heels of a partial Morgan release. In December, Morgan released a 3-song sampler from One Thing at a Time. The sampler included One Thing at a Time, Days That End in Y, and Tennessee Fan. So people are already familiar with few tracks from the upcoming album. And the album also contains plenty of songs that have been teased in one way or another, whether that's been on social media or during a live performance. These songs include Ain't That Song, Whiskey Friends, Keith Whitley, Me and All Your Reasons, and his latest #1 hit titled You Proof, as well as his current single, Thought You Should Know. Morgan's definitely been busy making tons of songs, and apparently there's a good reason why this album has 36 songs on it. And it's not just because he liked that number. There are 36 songs on the project because they apparently just kept exploring fresh directions to take the lyrics, music, and studio production. There were just so many ideas that felt right, and Morgan didn't want to turn away from one just to favor the other. It made more sense to try and figure out how they could all live under one roof. Morgan said that this was a real blast getting to create so much new music. He felt really grateful to be back in the studio and to be able to deliver such a wholly realized project to all of us. But there's one more detail about the album that Morgan's fans should be able to appreciate. The album's art holds a very special significance to Morgan. It features him standing on the porch of a home, but this isn't just some random house. The photo was taken at the home of his late Meemaw, which is another word for grandmother in Sneedville, Tennessee. Morgan said that his Meemaw's boots helped raise him into the man he is. He had a really special bond with her, and featuring her old home on his album cover is his way of honoring her legacy. Morgan's new album is the follow-up to his previous record-breaking project, Dangerous, the double album. which had 3 major hits, including Wasted on You and Sand in My Boots. It stands to reason this album might just be as successful, if not even more. And if you're hoping to hear these new songs live, you're in luck, because Morgan is heading back on the road for his first ever stadium tour, fittingly titled the One Night at a Time World Tour. And he's not kidding about the world part. The tour kicks off in March in New Zealand, then goes back to America for a US leg in April. The 63-show tour will hit 30 stadiums as well as some arenas and festivals across 4 countries and 2 continents. He's definitely going to be busy. Still, Morgan's actually using this moment in his career to give back. He'll apparently donate $3 of every ticket sold on the US dates of the tour to the More Than My Hometown Foundation. The foundation was established in 2021 and benefits causes close to Morgan's heart, including organizations like Greater Good Music, Children Are People, and the Salvation Army. Overall, it sounds like Morgan will have a lot on his plate. I guess that's why he's such a fan of the phrase, one thing at a time. What do you guys think? Are 36 songs too many songs for one album? Will Morgan be able to finish the tour, or will he get too exhausted from the schedule?